knock on my window. Never knock on Joanne's window. Never do that. That would be a bad one. Sometimes I wonder if the rules being so different over here sometimes, if that's a good idea. Somebody's gonna forget one day and knock on her window and she's gonna come flying out of there and they're gonna go, but Gina, and then I'm gonna be like, it's all my fault. But Gina lets us knock on her window. All right. So, sternocleidomastoid. Mastoid process to the clavicle. It's at a diagonal. Okay? So, if my right sternocleidomastoid is active unilaterally, it's going to get side bending to the right with rotation to the left. So if we think about how that diagonal pull is going to happen, that's what it's going to be, right? Mastoid process to the clavicle, that's what it's going to get. Left, it's going to be the opposite. Okay? If they work together, then things get canceled out. Okay? So we have lateral flexion or lateral side bending. And we have this rotation. But when they're both active, the middle component actually means I just end up bringing my chin to my chest. Okay? It just gets flexion. All right? So, we're going to have you lay down your back. All right. So, for this palpation, you're going to drop the end of this table, all right? When you show your patient what you're going to be doing, you can have it up, all right? So I would ask my patient to look at me, and all you're going to be doing is bringing your chin to your chest, okay? From neutral position, chin to chest, okay? So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you scoot down on the table past this. Okay, you're fine. Okay. Go ahead and put your head down. I'm going to drop this down. Okay, can everybody see me? I feel like maybe you guys behind me can't see me. Please come around so you can. All right, I have your head. What I want you to do is scoot back your body back towards me again until your shoulders even are slightly off. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Right there. Okay. Hands by your side. Okay? All right. So I have her head. Head weighs about 7 pounds. 7 to 9 pounds. All right? So we're going to go through full range of motion. Okay? So we're going to start back here. Hold that thought. Just so my dangle doesn't hit you in the head. All right, so we're going to come down and up. Can you feel me assessing your infield? Yeah. Okay. All right, so when I want my patient to do this on their own, I have to let go of their head. Okay, so I'm going to bring them all the way down. But while she goes through her range of motion, I'm going to stay close. All right? Can you do this for me twice? One more time. Good. Okay? I'm going to have you do it this third time. And when you get to the top, I want you to hold it and don't let me push. I'm going to support you through this because this might take a minute. Okay? So go ahead and bring it up. Okay. So I'm just going to support her so we can chat. My resistance is going to be on her forehead, coming in this direction. If the head is coming up in a rotary movement pattern, my pressure and resistance needs to be in the opposite direction. So I'm giving resistance in an arc. So not straight down, not to the floor, but kind of up and over. Okay? All right, hold it. Okay? While I give resistance, oh, you gotta hold it. Okay, hold it, don't let it push. So, and then I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to say, this is your sternocleidomastoid. Okay, and then hold her head, and then I'm going to bring it up, and then she can relax. Okay? Seems like a lot of movements and a lot of responsibility. Hold their head, move the table, push it down. Okay, so do we understand that motion? Okay, so if I were to ask you, what direction of resistance am I giving? What is the direction of my resistance?
Inferior. I would say
Okay.
posterior.
So it would be superior, because it's kind of up and over. Okay, so superior, posterior, make better sense? Because posterior just means that way. Okay, so superior, posterior means I'm coming at this direction. Is that better of an example, of an explanation when I'm talking about anything relative to what you said? Better, kinesthetically, application-wise?
Yeah.
Does that help? I was going to get there eventually. I know. What are you talking about? Did you guys know what I was talking about?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay. She's like, I already knew what you were doing. You didn't need to tell me. I just confused her more. What are you looking at me about? Because I did. All right. So, up and posterior. Superior, posterior. Okay? It's in your book too. Please use your book. Your book tells you starting position, supine, against gravity, right? AG position, right? Movement, flexion of the neck in the sagittal plane. Resistance applied to the anterior forehead, going into extension. What's extension? Right? So that's going to be the direction of my resistance. Okay? Substitutions. What kind of substitute movements might we see our patient do while they're doing this? If they can't do this well, what might she do when she goes to bring her head, her chin towards her chest? What might she do? She could shrug her shoulders. She could try to sit up, right? She could round her shoulders coming forward, right? What else might she do? That's another good one. Don't see that one. Oh, you want my chin to my chest, do you? Okay, I'll do that for you. All right? Some patients will take you very literal. Okay? All right. Do we understand that? Okay, so then we're going to do Splenius Capitis and Splenius Cervicis. So let's have you roll over onto your tummy. Roll towards me. Okay, so we're essentially going to do the same thing. So I will have my patient look at me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start from here, chin to chest, and come all the way up. So you'll be looking at the wall across the way. Down and up, okay? So what I'm going to do, now this one's a little tricky, and you guys are going to have to play with your hands a little bit for what feels comfortable for you. I'll give you some examples. You can hold their chin, you can hold their chin and their jaw, you can hold the jaw and the forehead. There's some different ways to do this, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you slide down. I'm going to move this table, okay? And then I'm going to have you come towards me, and I've got your head. I need your upper chest off of the table towards me. And then your arms by your side, okay? Down by your side, please, your arms, the other side, by your hips. There you go. All right. So this is where we try to see how much range of motion do we have. Okay, so she's got good range of motion, okay? My objective, you can relax. She don't trust me. All right, your objective is not to lift their head up so that their shoulders are off the table. You need to feel good that her chest is on the table, okay? You all right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I like to hold here. So I'm at her jaw. I've got her whole jaw in my hand, okay? Her cheekbones are up in the middle of my palms. So coming down and up. Coming into that infeel and up, okay? So I'm going to have her do it 2 times on her own. I'm going to let go of your head. Okay, go ahead 2 times. Again. Okay, Okay, we're gonna do it a third time. Hold it at the top and don't let me push. Okay, go ahead, come on up. Okay, I'm gonna hold your head. So, what direction am I going to go to flexion? Okay, so now we're gonna go superior, anterior. Superior, anterior. Okay, so hold it, don't let me push. And your ponytail will probably need to be like up here somewhere, or 2 ponytails. Because that's right where I gotta push.
You want me to take it off?
So,
yeah, I can take it.
I was just gonna come around.
Oh.
I was just gonna come around. Okay, go ahead. Up. Okay, so now I'm gonna come down, right? But I'm gonna be in case she is weak, so I can catch her, right? Okay, I'm gonna hold you again. Okay. Splenius capitis means it attaches to the head. Splenius cervicis means it attaches to my neck. So the capitis, you're gonna palpate at the base. Just bring your head down a little bit. Base of the skull, occiput, down. Okay, capitis is here. Capitis is here. You really are gonna feel it just in this little crook at the base of the skull. Okay, cervicis is going to be down here a little bit because cervicis wraps around and then attaches to the cervical vertebrae. Okay, so cervicis is going to be down here a little bit, right? Cervicis is going to be down here a little bit because cervicis comes up and around and then attaches to the cervical vertebrae. Okay, capitis medially, cervicis slightly lateral, whichever side you're on. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah?